We're back. I'm John Rush, Drive Radio, and we're going to talk for just a moment about the construction of a K&N filter. Jere Wall is really in charge of that. If you continue to watch our channel and you'll see more videos, you're going to see Jere through a certain amount of those videos. But Jere, explain to us real quick, and I know we don't want to get into all the gory details about wicking and all that sort of stuff, because in my opinion that really doesn't matter when it comes to the overall performance of the filter. But talk a little bit about your construction, the urethane, why you use what you use, and so on.
Okay, well, originally the company was started with what is called a plastisol, and we still have it. It's a single part potting material, but it's cured down in oven. Has to get to 375 degrees, so it builds up to 375 and comes down. And we still have a lot of filters that are made with that. We still develop some filters made with that, but we like the machine, or the material of urethane. It's a two-part urethane, so it cures faster. It doesn't need 375 degrees of heat. We add heat to the molds and whatnot to help cure it quicker. But our urethane and our plastisol has been around for as long as the company has. The urethane was started a little bit later than the plastisol, but we've had the same urethane for close to 30-35 years now. We know what it is. We know that it will withstand our warranty. We have that history behind us about that. And we play around with it a little bit, but we don't want to change it drastically because of the history that we have.
Because it works.
We know it works. We know that it withstands our cleaning agents and our oils and but we do try to improve. We're a company that constantly tries to improve things. And the wicking, talked about a little bit. We're working on some things with that. But we won't release the filter. Even with the amount of wick that's on some filters, the filter is still a performance filter, and it still outperforms other filters. Otherwise we wouldn't release it.
Can you talk just for a moment, and I know we've got just a couple of minutes. I don't want to take, and I appreciate all your time today too, Jere, by the way, but do you have time to talk about the material itself? That's one of the questions. I know on the radio show we get a ton of questions about what is the material. In other words, what makes up? We just talked about the urethane, and that's what's encasing the filter, but I know there's wire mesh. It's actually stainless steel, I believe, wire mesh, or what is it? Mesh. Aluminum. Okay, aluminum mesh. What's inside of the aluminum mesh, and then again, what makes the pink color?
Okay, well, at K&N we have two different kinds of cotton, two different weed makeups. One is the one that's been here forever. It's for most vehicles, most V8 motorcycles, and then we came up with a different cotton for the diesel market, or for the heavy-duty market, something that has to, I won't say withstand, but it adds a little capacity. We do different layers of material. Most of them are 4 layers of our standard cotton. The diesel market, we put 6 layers of a little bit tighter weave cotton. And again, we do that, through testing. We see that we can get a little bit better here or there. But when you start you start using tighter weaves or more layers, you're losing airflow. And the company was based off of airflow. So our standard 4-ply is a very, very high flowing filter, and it's got great efficiency numbers. But we can build something better, or got better efficiency numbers, less flow. There's 3 things of an air filter. There's airflow, there's efficiency, and there's capacity. We could be the best in any one of those by doing certain things. But in our standard filters, we think we're the best out of all 3 of them.
Got it.
So we've taken and said, okay, this is what we're going to use just to be the best in all 3 of these. But if we want something with a little more capacity, we know what to do. We want something with a little more dirt, or a little, and I hate saying better efficiency, but I mean it's minimal. But right. We can do something there. We add more pleats. We have several different pleat heights, so every filter that we design, we look at what we need and we use what is best for that vehicle. So the cotton is a standard surgical cotton. The wire mesh is an epoxy coated aluminum mesh. you know, you could say it came from the screen industry or the window covering industry, because it did. But as far as I know, we were the first ones that ever came up with that kind of media or that kind of.
And really,
structure.
all it's doing is holding the media together.
Yeah,
correct?
because the cotton you couldn't pleat. You know, paper you can pleat, you heat, and you can. You know, synthetics you can pleat. It'll hold a pleat.
Which is the product, by the way. Sorry, my hand got in the camera. The product next to you. That's exactly what it is.
It's a paper element.
Got it.
Yes. Appears to be oiled, but we haven't dissected it that much. But which is kind of funny. The red in here is our oil, and basically just to let consumers know, the oil is the most important part of this filter. If it's applied correctly, and if it's applied with the right amount, which our website gives you that, then the filter is, I mean, it meets OE, you know, specs on most of our filters. So, but you know, that the oil is what somebody came up with, is how to make a cotton filter work, is with the oil, with the tacking agent, which is a specially formulated oil for us. And just to let you know, every filter that we build goes through our ISO 5011 dirt test. So we have records of every filter that we've built from 99 or 2009. Every filter that we've released has gone through that test lab, and it's only because that's when the test lab started. But we're going back into all the old ones, making sure that everything's there that we say should be there, and basically we have no problems with our filters and how they're designed or built.
That was before before it went through our test lab. It went through Southwest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they were all you know, back then it was SAE J726.
Yeah. So all the current filters, the current new ones, are on our website with our test results, and I think we're one of the only companies that publish our test results. And you can, you know, come, you know, get on the website and look at them, and kind of explains the test. It does actually a very good job of explaining what we do and how we do it.
Well, Jere, thanks again for your time, and again, watch us on YouTube, Drive Radio, and I'm your host, John Rush.